this took so long. Well, 2 days too long. I have been spending the last 2 days partying it up, drinking, and celebrating my birthday! Yay! And as you just saw, this is my happy birthday, happy 21st birthday, very first vlog. So, what I decided to, after lots of deliberation, what I decided to do for my very first vlog is ask my friends some questions, or ask my friends to ask me some questions on Facebook, and then I would answer them in this vlog. So here we go. So if I could go back 5 years and talk to myself, what would I talk about or warn myself about? I spent a lot of time thinking about this answer, and I've got all my answers written out right here. After a little bit of deliberation, I decided that I would talk about how difficult life is going to get, and that you just gotta take it one day at a time. You will make it through. Everything's going to be okay. It all comes out better in the end. That's kind of some advice I would give to anyone else struggling right now. Yeah, it gets better. It does. I know that is cliche and overused, but it does. I promise you, what you're going through right now, especially if you're in high school, I know high school can be rough, but it gets so much better. And anybody who's bullying you, cyberbullying you, just any form of picking on you or anything, it gets better. None of that matters after high school. Trust me, you move on, you all move on to bigger and better things. Some of you college, some of you not. Some of you may become billionaires right away for developing apps. Some of you may become big superstars on Broadway or in the movies. You know, everything changes after high school. So try your best to get through it. It all just gets better. This next answer is going to be a little cheesy, but the biggest role model in my life is my mother. My parents divorced when I was about 2 or 3, and I haven't spoken to my dad since then, really, ever in depth. So my mom has been there for now 21 years of my life, and I'm sure I've put this woman through a lot. So she is getting her doctorate right now. She is serving in our armed forces. Thank you, Mother, and thank you everyone else who's serving. And she has done her best to help get me what I need and sometimes what I want out of life. So I just want to say I love you, Mama. Thank you, and you honestly made the best birthday ever for me this year. So the top 5 things on my bucket list all involve meeting various celebrities. Those would be Mark Fishbach, or as everyone knows him on YouTube, Markiplier. Markiplier, if you end up watching this, I'm such a huge fan. I got your t-shirt for my birthday. Thank you to my aunt for buying it for me because I didn't have the funds to do it. So happy to now be a Markiplier's hero. Neil Patrick Harris, because he's probably one of my idols. Tom Hiddleston, Nathan Fillion, and finally Misha Collins. It's probably, none of them will probably end up watching this, but if any of you do, meeting you, one of my life's goals. And Neil Patrick Harris, you will be my best friend. So I'm now 21, and I can legally drink. Yes, that is what happens in the US when you turn 21. What was the first legal drink I had on Sunday? That was a strawberry daiquiri. I told my mother to plan out my birthday because I have absolutely no idea what I wanted. and that she could also pick up my first drink. And so we went to Buffalo Wild Wings. I had the greatest surprise of my life, which I'll explain later. And she picked out a strawberry daiquiri for me, and it was really, really tasty. And will you be drinking it as you do your vlog? Yes, I will. I have a Bartles and James strawberry daiquiri right here. And you probably won't see me drink it, but I will be drinking it as the vlog progresses. Who were my first crushes of either gender? Yes, as my friends and hopefully most of my family, because I think I've told them. And now all of you will know I am bisexual, so therefore I am attracted to both genders. So I will feel free to give my first crushes of both genders. They know who they are, but I had my very first crushes when I lived up north in Crosby, Ironton / Deerwood, Minnesota. They are Lisa and Zach, were two of my friends. Yes, you both know who you are. So you both were my first crushes. This one was a really difficult choice because, as we have seen before, I have a lot of people on my bucket list that I would like to meet. But I think someone it would be very interesting to have a meal with would be Neil Patrick Harris. Why? Because he seems just like a really cool dude, and I'd love to get to know him. As I said, he will be my best friend one day. So, yeah, Neil Patrick Harris, because he seems like just a really cool guy. Plain and simple, as some of these answers will be, my favorite villain is Loki. If I had $500 to spend on whatever I wanted, well, I had to do some research on this, because I've never had $500 just to spend on one item that I've ever wanted. I've never had $500 to spend on anything. So, I did some research, and the very first website that came up on the Google search was oneup.com with their top 5 or top 10 lists of things you can buy with $500. And the number one answer is the one I chose, and that is 54 pounds of Jell-O. Yes, for $500 you can buy 54 pounds of Jell-O. Being superficial and describing my dream guy or girl is something really hard for me to do because I am not a superficial person. I believe your character and your personality is what makes you attractive to me. I mean, looks are a bonus, but I don't necessarily need the looks as long as your personality is something compatible with mine and is something that I like, then I find you very attractive. But if I must be superficial, and this goes for just guys, it's different for girls and I haven't actually figured it out yet, but guys, long hair, as long as you can pull it off, otherwise short hair is great. Very nice body, you know, the abs. And taller than me. I'm 5'4", which it's not hard to be taller than me if you're of the male persuasion. So, yeah, but like I said, your personality, who you are, that's what makes you attractive to me. If I discovered a religion, a certain religion was a hoax, but it didn't bring any malicious intent like war, death, mass brainwashing, or murder. And if it kept people happy, you know what? I would just let people be happy. Now, if we had a situation like Jonestown, which obviously involved brainwashing because people were brainwashed into leaving to go join this cult, then I would have to tell people because that's absolutely crazy. No religion or even person should be able to tell you you can't hang out with your own friends or your own family. That's just crazy. So, yeah. I guess if the religion was a hoax but makes you happy, go for it. I don't know if this is much of a guilty pleasure because I think a lot of people do this and a lot of people admit it. From what I know about guilty pleasures, it's something you don't really tell people. But anyway, my roommate can attest to this. I binge watch everything I can find on Netflix. Everything from cooking reality TV shows to, you know, those fakey, like, National Geographic type shows about dinosaurs. I just have a very eclectic taste when it comes to the things I like to watch, as is with my music taste. So one of my guilty pleasures is watching everything I possibly can in a binge fashion on Netflix. My favorite type of ice cream comes down to two things. It's gotta have chocolate, and it's gotta have peanut butter. Peanut butter cups is okay, but I've come to really enjoy going to Culver's, which is actually just a block from my house. I really enjoy getting their chocolate frozen custard with peanut butter. Not peanut butter cups, but peanut butter mixed in. It is super delicious. And if you have a Culver's, I encourage you to go try it. If you like peanut butter, if you like chocolate, and if you are physically able to eat it. I don't know what the nutritional allergic abilities are of frozen custard. It might have lactose, but if you can't eat it, try it. Would I rather be a jukebox hero with stars in my eyes or a pinball wizard with a supple wrist? Well, I do enjoy both songs, but I would have to go with a jukebox hero on this one. Going back in time to meet my ancestors, or forward to meet my great-great-grandchildren. Granted, if there's no butterfly effect or adverse effects to time traveling, considering I don't plan on having children in the first place, my answer would have to be going back in time to meet my ancestors. If I could have any animal for a pet, what would I want? Out of all the animals in the entire animal kingdom, I have chosen a long-haired munchkin cat named Phil. Simple, and for various reasons, I would repeat my sophomore year of college. I have actually thought about getting a tattoo, so funny you ask that. If it were free, that would be even better, and I will show a picture right after this, but I have designed my own tattoo. My designer would be one of my friends, Ryan, who is my roommate Jess's fiance. He designed a tattoo for me that, that resembles what I think encompasses my late aunt. So she was a Cancer, and so it is the Cancer star sign with angel wings and a halo. So the morning and early afternoon of my birthday comprised of me sitting at home and then being driven around Minneapolis, Minnesota for about an hour. Eventually we drove to a Buffalo Wild Wings, where inside in a party room waiting was family and my 2 roommates and boyfriend who drove 6 hours from Wisconsin just for my birthday. Probably one of the best surprises I have ever had, and therefore one of the best birthdays that I can ever remember in my life. I want to thank you all so much. I love you all. Just thank you for making what I thought was going to be probably one of the most boring days of my life into one of the best days I could ever have. Oh, and before I completely forget, as a final note, I have had this channel for a few years and there are some videos on here, but I would really like to start up a blog. So I have videos of picture slideshows that I've done, of an improv show that I've done, one of me singing, I don't know if it's any good, one of me reciting one of my poems, and now this vlog. So I run the gambit of things that could be done. But please let me know in the comments if you want to see more of anything, if you have any questions that you want answered out of the mind of a now 21-year-old bisexual female. Yeah, just leave your questions or comments in the section below. Feel free to share this video with friends or family. If you have any advice you'd like me to give, feel free to ask questions about advice you would like to receive. So go ahead, check out the other I'm messing all this up right now. I'm tripping over my words. But feel free to check out the other videos on my channel. Share this one with everyone you know. And I'll catch you all later. Bye.